嘅盡頭之間嘅。聽唔到？重複一次啊，唔好意思啊，可能有少少細聲，就係主辦單位要提醒大家，盡量留喺係要留喺警方嘅指定示威範圍，否則警方係有權作出拘捕嘅。咁大家要自行衡量風險。咁而呢個範圍就係喺你哋面向台嘅右邊嗰度嘅欄杆，直到面向台嘅左手邊嗰條街嘅盡頭就係指定嘅範圍啦。咁請麻煩大家盡量留喺呢一個指定範圍入面。好啦，咁我哋依家就正式開始啦。Hello everyone, I'm Jocelyn Wong. I'm a Hong Konger and I work with iBike. 有冇得較大聲啲啊？仲聽唔到？好似冇啦。冇啦。唔好意思啊，佢哋盡量再較大聲啲，再大聲少少。好。我推呢個去後面。Okay, so I'll start again. So hello everyone, I'm Jocelyn Wong. I'm in Hong Kong and I work with iBike. So it's really great to see all of you here today. And like many of you, I had to leave Hong Kong for my own reasons. And we are all here today in the UK because we believe in the values of free speech, democracy, and the freedom of assembly. So today we're here to stand up against the Chinese embassy redevelopment here at the Royal Mint Court. So to start with, let me introduce our first speaker, Sir Geoffrey Nice Casey.
Yay. Can it be right and shown to have committed crimes against humanity, torture, and above all, genocide against its own people, the Uyghurs of northwest China? Know or accept that those crimes have been committed, especially when it comes to the question of genocide. In fact, it does know. It will have made its own assessments, but it chooses not to let us know. And why? Dealing with genocide, as you will all know, genocide is not a question of mass killing, identified after the Second World War, where one part of our single humanity chooses to try to destroy another part of our single humanity simply because of what that other part is. Whether it's Armenian people in the First World War, Jewish people in the Second World War, Rwandan Tutsis in 1994, Bosnian Muslims in 1995, and so on. That crime, when it is established, is impossible to stop unless stopped from outside, and the Genocide Convention requires countries that recognize genocide to do something, and countries never want to do that. Now, it happened that a few years ago, many bodies, not just the Uyghur Tribunal, of which I was one of 9 members, who had no interest in China, but were just answering the question asked of us, but there were many other bodies at the same time making similar determinations about what had, and many of them only one form of genocide to be proved, others including such important figures as Baroness Kennedy, for example, found all 5 possible forms of genocide proved. But the government found ways of avoiding those established points of fact. Or alternatively, if you want to be fairer to the government, it declined to say, well, interesting, but we don't agree with you for these reasons. Governments have found ways of avoiding dealing with genocide. There are 2 ways they have. One is to say, never use the word genocide, which is what happened in Rwanda. Don't use the word genocide, and then we won't have to do anything. The other way is the present way that the last government and this use, which is to say, we need a judge to decide whether genocide is being committed. Do you know how sensible that is as an argument, ladies and gentlemen? It's like the following. You walk down a road, there's an open door. Behind the open door, there's a man beating his child over the head with a rolling pin so that the child will eventually die. What do you say? Oh, I think I better have a judge along to tell me whether I can do anything. No. You act. And that's what governments know is imposed on them as a duty. That's why they avoid confronting reality. So, let me finish in this way. In your exercise, of which I'm not an activist member, although I understand its purpose, bear in mind that there are many organizations that have made determinations about the People's Republic of China that you may find helpful as things to use in considering the overall position and use of this building. Which, and I repeat the question, should our government be encouraging that use of this building by a country shown to
Hello. Is everyone hearing better now? Yeah? Okay. So, thank you to Jeffrey. And next we will have Lord Batho. Lord Batho has previously served as Parliament Under Secretary for the Department of Health and Social Care. Lord Batho, please.
Jocelyn, thank you very much for the very, very kind introduction. My friends, I station to take a serious and high-profile role in the affairs of the world. But this embassy is not a symbol of Chinese pride. It is, I'm afraid to say, a headquarters for surveillance and for intimidation and for the secret services of the CCP, who have a record, a proven record around the world of nefarious and illegal activities, not least here in this country, where time and again they have been responsible for the intimidation of Chinese and Hong Kong and Taiwanese people, of using their influence and their people on the ground to bring intimidation to the Uyghur people, to people of Tibet, and to those Chinese dissidents who have disagreed with the regime. My friends, there is no excuse, no reason to build a mega embassy to serve as a headquarters for that kind of activity. I am a Londoner. I've lived here all of my 57 years. I'm very proud to see Peter Gold here, Councillor Gold, who is a very old friend who I've known since I was a school child and is a leader and influential person in this community. He has made the very clear case, as have others, that this is a totally inappropriate location for an embassy. And standing here on this beautiful day surrounded by thousands of protesters, my goodness, you can see why, right? This is not the right place for an embassy. My friends, we have seen in Manchester what the CCP use their consular locations for. We have seen with the shadow police stations what their intentions are, which is to take the reach of the CCP from the home territory into foreign lands in order to intimidate the wider Chinese community. That is in breach of British customs, in breach of British law, and we should not stand for this embassy being the centre of those kinds of activities. My friends, I've seen this kind of mistake happen before. In Washington, D.C., they let the Russians build a great big embassy at the top of the hill where they could beam their lasers and focus their radar and use their surveillance in order to prevent disaster. Let us please learn from that mistake. Let us please be pragmatic, and let's please nip this crazy idea in the bud. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Lord Batho. And now, can I please introduce Kevin Hollenrake MP, who is the Shadow Secretary for State for Levelling Up Housing and Community.
Growth. It is the safety and the security of the residents of this country and the people who live in it. And both on a local and national basis, this government is failing miserably. Whether it is local people about their own safety, about terrorism, about disruption, or in terms of the national security interest, it is a disgrace. You see people like Ken McCullen, who's head of MI5, speaking only a couple of years ago with Chris Wray from the FBI, saying that China is their most potent threat. This is their most challenging nation to deal with. They're a hostile state. And yet this government seems willing to risk our national security. Let me be clear, no politician here, Ian, James, anyone else here has any problem at all with the Chinese people. This is not a fight against the Chinese people. This is a fight against the CCP and our own national interests. And not for the first time, the government's in a complete mess on this. We have met with people who don't want to be named, but have been involved in our security services, the people who are responsible for cyber security in this country, who are deeply worried about this development. Not just the fact we have the CCP influence here, but the scale of this. Thousands of people in that building there who are clearly going to be charged with the responsibility of identifying and securing sensitive government information. It is economic espionage. It is that's much better. Thank you very much. And of course, when we wrote to the Prime Minister on this on the 25th of January to set out our concerns, we got a letter back only a couple of days ago from Angela Rayner, the Deputy Prime Minister. And let's face it, almost every senior person in government, the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Home Secretary, the Foreign Secretary, have all involved themselves in this. They're idiots, quite right. They know not what they do. They were quoting the letter back to us. The reason she said, Angela Rayner said she called in this application was twofold. One was because the Foreign Secretary asked her to, because she can't involve herself, you can't do that as Secretary of State when it involves a foreign government, clearly implying that this is something we want to do in China's interest. And the other reason, she said, is because of a letter from Innovate UK. Through a freedom of information request, we saw the fact Innovate UK have great concerns about this, quite rightly, on defence and national security grounds. Yet they use that as a reason why they call this application in. It is totally wrong. This application must be rejected. The British public, 77% in a poll I saw of the British public are against this application, against this development. We are too. We'll do everything we did, permission, consent for the planning consent, then we'll still continue to campaign against it. And I know you will too. Thank you.
Coven. And now I'd like to introduce Luke Taylor, MP, the Liberal Democrat spokesperson for London. Luke, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ian. Oh, here we go. I'm a funny colour because I've been at the Hindu Festival of Holi this morning, which was incredible in my constituency in Sutton. We are so lucky in Sutton to have such an incredible community of Hong Kongers there, and it's brilliant to see many of you here today, and I'm proud to be here on your behalf to speak at this protest. Human rights, freedom of speech and worship and artistic expression and the rule of law. These are not just words, and nor are they optimistic values. They are the cornerstone of a just international order. After the Second World War, nations and peoples spanning the circumference of our world came together to do something special and beautiful. And we laid that cornerstone at the very foundation of our systems. It's tempting to think that recent efforts to chip away at those foundations are a new thing. Or that these steps show warning signs of a centre that cannot hold. The creaking sounds that come before a collapse. But that's not true. We've always had to fight for freedom. We've always had to stand up to tyranny and oppression. It's in the struggle that we renew our commitment to these values of freedom, and we preserve the foundations for another generation. My party, the Liberal Democrats, have always believed that that Britain's role in this world is to embody a liberal, open, democratic and internationalist foreign policy. And it's not just because many of you are British passport holders, but because we're all human beings and we all deserve democracy. We all deserve liberty and we all deserve security. This protest today is in the great tradition of that British pursuit of liberal values. And I'm so proud to see so many of you here before us. No matter the risks and no matter you are hiding your faces today. That's how much you fear the actions of the CCP here and abroad on you and your families. And that's why this process is so important today. So seeing those faces, seeing those hidden faces, reminds me, and it should remind every member of Parliament, that we must never be afraid to tell foreign governments in our dealings with them that we will not stand idly by whilst liberty is under attack. We will call it out whenever we see it, and efforts to enforce their repression on our streets, to bring their transnational repression to our own communities, are a grave violation of our trust, of international security, and are not acceptable under any circumstances. My party firmly believes that we must take a strong stance against the CCP and champion the rights of the people that it seeks to silence. So I assure you today, the plans for the Empire on behalf of all of you, because in each of us lives the calling of conscience, and we cannot shrink from it. We must let it guide us towards a just, liberal, and peaceful international order. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you today.
Thank you, Luke. Now we'll introduce Bobby Dean, the
Thank you. I wanted to explain to you my reasons for being here today. On the face of it, I'm here because I have thousands of Hong Konger constituents and I'm here to be their voice. I'm also here today in my capacity of Vice Chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group for Hong Kong. When I was... and why? How is it that... and why is it that opportunity development? Because I'd grown up with the impression that over time things got better, that people got more access to healthcare and education, they earned more rights, and that freedoms were to activists. And I did all that because I wanted to be part of that slow march towards progress. But in that work, an ugly truth was revealed to me. In 2012, I was in Istanbul. In 2000 elections for their country. In Morocco, in Jordan, in Tunisia, in Egypt, I watched the Arab Spring and democracy rise up as quickly as spirits have to listen to the people on the ground. They're the one who know their realities best, and you should heed their warnings very early. Now, it's 2025, and a lot of that might seem quite obvious to a lot of us. There's a lot of chaos and conflict in the world, and the stories I just told you in hindsight seem so straightforward. And yet, we're about to make the same mistake again. We're standing outside a gift, a giant gift the size of a super embassy to China. And yet we know what China is responsible for. We've seen them tear apart the joint declaration. We've seen them put bounties on the heads of citizens in this country who are saying that they want to live in peace and with freedom by our intelligence agency. Well, I think proven them wrong today upon that point. But more broadly, I want to talk about the status symbol that this would gift to China. The large letting them in to dust off their feet and say that this is their home, despite the knowledge of all in a trade negotiation that is always going to be settled on the economic realities of those two countries. Why? Built on, in exchange for the international law that we worked so hard to set. Why are we doing that? I'm here today to say no to all of that. And I'm here to say yes to freedom. Because I might not have that same naive optimism I had as a child, but I still feel as motivated today as I did then to stand by those principles. I thank you for coming here today to stand alongside them too. Let's stand for freedom.
Thank you very much indeed, Bobby. And finally, please welcome Sir Indan.
And I believe in freedom. Fled this authoritarian regime that has stolen your rights, stolen your freedom of speech, and up in the mint, in the free government, elected by the free people, in a democracy, governed by the rule of law and freedom of speech, that lies to them every single day. How can they do business with a government that puts the Confucius Institute into our universities to spy on you and to how any Chinese student that ever says anything against the Chinese government? How can they believe in that? And how can they think that a Chinese government will stand by its agreements when this is the same government that has stolen the freedom of the Chinese people in Hong Kong, who had a treaty that is so many...
地下有支垃圾旗喺度，我哋俾大家查。
Because you are brave. You know that there are in the crowd, there are some people who are busy trying to figure out who is here and take their name. Out there in the community, we now know that the Chinese government is trying to get British people who are neighbours of any of you who have bounties on your head to spy on you and take you to the embassy so they can arrest you. That is exactly, or the ability to congregate. And yet the British government that is founded on all of those run to take over this country with their money. That must never ever happen. Must never have. It is a historical site, first of all. It is the foundation of our currency. No other country would give that away.
We had nothing to do with that. We just.
好啦，而家行到出嚟外圍咧，可以影俾大家睇下啦。因為其實今次啲差佬咧都幾矛嘅，因為佢哋上次咧，佢而家喺呢度係全部落晒鐵馬去攔住，唔俾出去嘅，係啦。因為上次係冇呢啲咁嘅攔嘅，咁啊因為經過上次之後，我諗佢哋就唔想我哋喺衝出馬路啦，咁所以就 做咗呢個全部都係攔住晒嘅。咁所以其實你哋睇下大部分嘅人咧，
as they put more and more of their spies into this sort of place and hunt you down. I am a British politician. We are of all different parties. We believe together that we work together to protect the freedom of all of those who live in this country.
Hello， 志哥 ，Hello， 志哥。而家覆下沙鳩氣先，有個大陸仔俾人影大頭捉咗。試想中，仲想走，喺邊個位啊？因為我頭先匿咗裏邊，所以唔知道出邊發生咩事。同埋想問下大家窒唔窒？大家見到咧係佈滿晒警察喺度嘅，嗱，真正正5步一崗10步一哨，所以咧大家今次係其實好難做到上次話令到塔橋都要封嘅，因為佢真係封晒鐵欄，所以頭先我想喺中間插出嚟都插唔到，一定要去翻嗰個出口嗰度。咁塔橋就喺呢度啦。其實嗰個即係佢想起大使館嗰位咧，其實就喺正呢度，望出嚟就係塔橋㗎啦。其實呢度咧其實真係好繁忙嘅，因為呢度係一個十字路口，啲車係唔停嘅，因為其實呢度係一個中心位嚟嘅。清好撚凍啊！想問下大家咧，窒唔窒啊？個網窒唔窒啊？ Hello 西西 ，Hello 西西。今日答我，可唔可以答下我窒唔窒？因為我應該行唔翻入去㗎啦，因為太逼啦裏邊，咁我唯有喺出邊呢度影啦。因為我入嚟咧出唔翻嚟嘅，因為喺出邊影就影到啲人數啊。好，影翻我樣先。Hello， 大家，好耐冇見啦，好難讀。嗱，而家咧，我哋可以睇下裏邊。咁啊，今日呢個直播就有啲瑕疵嘅，因為點解咧？我啲用具咧，因為仲係喺晒個迷你倉裏邊，咁所以我而家揸住呢支嘅自爆神棍，我都係問人借嘅啫。咁啊，希望盡快可以攞翻晒迷你倉裏邊嘅嘢出嚟，咁就之後就可以同大家做翻直播啦。咁都係唔好望我樣啊，又唔係靚仔，影翻裏邊先。先攞翻高啲先。其實每個入口都有支咪死人番茄炒蛋旗喺度嘅。
So just we rise again, my friends. All together, we will win. 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 Stop the CCP. Stop the CCP. Stop the CCP. World, wake up! World, wake up! World, wake up! Once again, we stand here in front of this castle. It does not at all look like an embassy to me, my friends. I'm sure you will agree. 7-meter walls. Who needs this on an embassy? I tell you who. A criminal regime who lets you hide behind walls and commit the worst atrocities known to mankind. The atrocities they have committed here. What they have done to you Uyghurs is absolutely ridiculous, my friends. They are hiding there. They're trying their best to not show it to the rest of the world because it is within the borders of China. They can't get away with this. Well, if this becomes their embassy, this will officially be almost as if it were a piece of land taken from China. They will have jurisdiction here. How is the United Kingdom supposed to unroot the CCP from here if they allow them to fasten? Exactly. It will be impossible. Now, my friends, there are many reasons for which it is possible that certain individuals decided to give the thumbs up to this atrocious project. One of them is very easy to guess. Money. The CCP has lots of it. But we should look into history. We should look at what the CCP has done before. Look how they funded projects all over the world. Look what happened in Sri Lanka when they got the government in deep debt and then the people rose up because they could take it no longer. Do we want such a thing here? No, indeed. And those who think that they are going to gain something by becoming allies of the CCP, they will not see a penny of that promised money. They will only see the suffering that they themselves have caused. We must not allow that to happen. But there is a second reason that needs to be spoken about, my friends. And that reason is this unity within the free world. This unity within the West. Look what's going on in terms of politics nowadays. My friends, I am emotional about the situation. I apologize, but it's difficult not to be. The free world is eating itself apart. They're demanding apologies. They're demanding bootlicking in front of the rest of the free world. What kind of a leader demands another leader to keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you? What kind of a leader puts tariffs on its closest allies? Absolutely atrocious, my friends. For Taiwan, of all places, to be hit with tariffs, Taiwan, the first target that the CCP will try to take over if they decide to start doing an actually aggressive takeover. Ridiculous, my friends. We cannot allow that to happen. Taiwan needs to be fortified, and it needs to be defended. And those assurances need to be absolute. But that does not mean we should forget about the people who are at this moment suffering the control of the CCP. Should always remember the people of Hong Kong, the Uyghurs, the Tibetans, and many other ethnic minorities within China who are being oppressed by the CCP. We need to know their stories. We need to know what they've been through. Because, my friends, if the CCP continues to expand around this world with their soft power, the hard power will not be far behind. As a Ukrainian, my friends, Today I'd like to perhaps show a slightly different perspective of the CCP. No, Russia is a colony of the CCP. Right now, Russia does the bidding of Xi Jinping in Europe, can do as they please in Hungary. If somebody sanctioned by the CCP goes to Hungary, the CCP can capture them there. Do we want sanctions from the CCP?
好啦，而家咧就嚟到咩靚仔咗咩志哥。嗱，而家我去到咧即警察封晒嘅位置嘅另外一邊。咁其實大家都睇到頭先大概嘅人數咧，其實同上次係差唔多嘅，即目測啦。因為上次我就係做義工啦，咁所以其實都做唔到，即睇唔到太多嘅嘢。咁今次可以周圍走，咁就可以影到嘢俾大家睇啦。咁啊頭先有人叫我唔好拍嘢嘅，咁我唔知點解啦。咁其實喺人群當中都有好多朋友有出嚟嘅，不過全部都係唔戴面啦、戴晒眼鏡啦，咁係冇問題嘅，我覺得。其實最緊要有人啫。加油啊！加油！多謝多謝。咁其實今次睇翻咧，警方嗰個布防其實佢哋都幾矛嘅，係啦，因為佢全部都用鐵馬攔晒，因為上次係冇用鐵馬攔，佢淨係攔咗喺佢哋即將會喺大使館嗰個正門嗰度攔咗個 area 嘅啫，但係今次佢係所有位都攔晒，然後跟住咧只係留得我頭先數咧就應該係得一個，而家我企前邊呢個嘅入口啦，跟住頭先我行出嚟嗰邊嘅一個入口，同埋喺另外頭先我行出去另外嗰邊外圍，另外嗰邊嘅外圍咧得3個入口嘅啫，即係佢哋今次警方就話要將所有嘅示威者咧一定係要喺嗰個鐵馬裏邊嘅，因為佢係慎防我哋會有人走出馬路，咁所以佢今次係每個位佢都係鋪晒鐵馬嘅，咁呢度係另外一個出口位啦，咁然後跟住另外一個咧就喺嗰邊嘅，咁有3個出口位。咁其實我想咧行上呢個停車場度影嘅，但係唔知喺邊度入。因為嗱，你睇到呢度其實全部都封晒㗎啦，呢條馬路封咗啦，呢度亦都係封咗嘅。咁我冇記錯咧，呢邊直去嗰個位置咧，就其實係之前咧有一個連龍唔係連龍牆，俾人可以俾人 graffiti 嗰個brick lane， 我冇記錯好似係，即係俾人油到白晒，跟住寫咗咩自由啊，白晒油紅色字咧，就其實喺裏邊嘅入邊嚟嘅。咁我就盡量喺翻遠呢個位置啦，因為即係都明白有啲人會擔心話會影到佢啦，因為頭先都可唔可以問叫我可唔可以唔好拍嘢？我話我做緊直播，我唔係拍緊嘢喎。咁不過冇乜所謂啦，咁我而家就去翻另外嗰邊啦，因為呢邊係另外一邊個尾嚟嘅，咁我可以行去另外一邊。
大家起多啲啊！
CCP! Stop the CCP! Thank you.
咁我從第二個位行翻兜翻出去倫敦橋嗰邊。嗱，其實你睇到呢度3架警車啦，跟住對面馬路對面嗰堆咧，呢度一堆都係有堆警車喺度嘅。
Try not to let people through if they're part of the road. Guys, stop moving in. 英國警方又唔知做乜嘢咧，都有一大班人走過嗰邊啊，唔知咩事啦。其實佢已經係攔晒啲路咧，其實根本冇可能出到馬路嘅。而家咧，佢哋就要即係總之，我哋行過嘅，佢都要我哋翻入去嗰個鐵馬入邊啊。咁所以其實都幾鳩麻煩佢哋今次。 You can't linger here. If you're part of it, you need to be in.
而家佢哋咧係不停咧要我哋入翻去入邊，唔俾人企喺出邊。即係呢個都係一個幾大嘅問題咧，因為佢哋根本就係唔容許我哋有人行出去。即係頭先你見到我係可以喺出邊。No, that's outside the protest. Inside the protest, please. I'm not the protest. I'm just. 者譬如冇人俾人拉啊，冇人俾人拉。行出嚟食支煙先，黐孖筋咁撚樣。死都逼我哋翻入去，我企度影都唔得喎，我唔喐喎，我企度影嘅喎，唔得，你一定要入去，一定要入去。
因為你離開。
係啊，黐鳩線嘅。
仲個 area 細喺度仆街。
唔係啊，唔係我一個人可以做到啲乜啫？咁撚驚我衝出馬路都好鳩啊！啲黐鳩線嘅你哋都。
聽佢有高㗎。跟住而家3排。咪上次嗰個先講廣東話。係咯。
上次我咪做義工啊，係咁同我講，我話你度，喂，你開緊工喎，我義工嚟㗎喎。
我收錢喎，你收錢喎。
我仆你個街，我人工高過你啊！屌你，黐鳩線啊！點我做嘢？我學你開緊工嚟㗎，你開緊工嚟，我義工嚟㗎，我幫手㗎啫喎。所以今次唔揾做義工，屌，可以點過？唔係做義工要中立啊嘛，你又唔可以同佢嘈啊嘛。咁我係示威咗，你睇你屌唔屌你咯？黐鳩線。不過佢哋都算係即係唔係太過分嘅，
暫時都係。我覺得佢哋咧好受個人大。
梗係啦。佢就知我哋咧你試下我哋攞 B 先，我第一個衝出馬路瞓啊！
坐監冇所謂。
唔係，點會坐我衝出馬路邊馬路我入到嘅 B 先，已經講過咗。
Guys, if you're part of the process, inside the barriers, please. No hanging around here. Inside the barriers, please. Keep moving, keep moving. 開頭我都諗住就影反光啲嘢，不過諗下。嗰邊過馬路咯。Hello。唔知邊度啊？佢唔喺我呢邊。係咩？喺邊嘅？嗰邊係邊度啊？喺玻璃橋。玻璃橋。而家唔知喺邊度啊？你對面呢個玻璃嘅。我對面。好。啊！屌佢夠姜同我開刀打落佢嗱，啱啱有現場嘅義工咧報料咧就話喺對面，影翻我自己個樣先。食煙唔介意啦，大家好。嗱，啱啱咧頭先有義工報料咧，就話喺對面嘅馬路咧係有人喺度派一啲傳單係支持起呢個咁嘅垃圾濕鳩大使館嘅。咁我而家就過去睇真啲先。Hello， 多謝李怡。過馬路先。咦，謝文傑喎。Hello。因為佢哋今次都幾麻煩啊，啲差佬。係啊。佢完全係攔住晒啦，唔肯俾我哋出嚟啦。咁然跟住咧，總之有人行過，你係咪去示威？示威入邊，示威入邊。係啊，係啊。咁要排起晒啊嘛。唔係咯，然後跟住有啲義工話佢哋其實好想揾啲人嚟拉嘅。係咩？唔知即我聽翻嚟就咁聽咯。但係然後跟住亦都話對面有啲人喺度派緊傳單，就話支持起呢個咩死人大使館。係啊。係啊，咁我而家就過去及。哦，喺嗰邊啊？係啊，佢話唔知行咗邊，佢話總之喺玻璃橋嗰堆咁樣，話有人喺度派緊傳單。咁我而家過去及下先。嗱，而家我就行過對面馬路，就睇下個情況。咁我影翻出去先啦，我食煙都唔好好睇嘅。嗱，有人就話玻璃橋嗰邊，咁我而家行過去睇下先。咁其實咧，你都見到呢度咧好多人嘅，無論係
本地人啊、遊客啊都喺度行去。咁其實我見到大部分嘅香港人都係喺度行去馬路咧。咁啊，其實可能係有啲影翻我自己先，可能係有少少嘅。而家大佬直播緊啦，係你唔怕啦，你都唔值錢嘅。
唔係，我好守。
呢個咧就係前區議員邱文俊，
有幾多人喺度睇緊啦？睇
好少嘅，我個台冇乜人睇啊。
我好遵守交通規則㗎。
一個啊！
我哋今日係出嚟睇塔橋嘅。
嚇！我哋今日約咗嚟係
今晚食飯啊嘛。
今晚食飯之餘，我哋係啦，我哋就瀏覽下呢個塔橋。
係啊。係
啦。
我哋香港大鄉里。
哇！你又喺度懟雪茄，
幾撚大支嘢啊？點解我知咁細支？
嗱，話説咧，頭先有義工就同我講，嗰邊咧就有人喺度派傳單話支持起呢個大使館，
係咪啊？
咁我而家就過去睇下有冇啲咁嘅。
我都支持大使館嘅，搬走呢個塔橋。
支持中國領事館，移除呢個倫敦大橋。係啦，中國佔領英國。
唔係佔領咗㗎啦咩？唔係佔領咗㗎啦
咩？未佔領晒。
好，我而家行去睇下有冇啲咁嘅人先。
自古以嚟
係啦，
根本英國就係
成個地球都係。
自古以嚟
不可分割。呢邊咧都有好多香港人喺呢邊行緊。咁其實咧，我哋香港人係好奉公守法，咁行喺附近行嘅。咁其實咧，你睇到附近呢度咧已經有幾架警車擺晒喺度。咁我哋咧就喺度排隊過馬路嘅，係啦，我哋好遵守交通規則嘅。係啦，俾佢搶啦！嗰部嘢唔值錢嘅，如果唔係點會攞呢部嚟㗎？冇啊！另外自己用嗰部。呢部係愛嚟派嘢嘅。好啦，我哋去排隊過馬路。好啦，睇先，嗰邊有人。就係呢座嘢啦。咁而家呢啲警察都幾都幾嚴陣以待嘅，因為呢邊咧都其實都企咗好多人喺度。點喐啫 ？How to move？ 真係啊 ！move 係啊 ！move 到先得㗎 ，move 真係咁樣 move 法，黐孖筋嘅，唔俾人過馬路。你好明顯係旅行㗎啦。你根本就係遊客。 馬路要小心，我哋要好遵守交通規則。
過得係咪？
唔知啊，係啦，咪總之我哋就 keep 住，佢係叫我哋 keep 住行。翻嚟啦，咁快嘅。碎㗎嘛而家，濕到啊！佢個樣佢好圍喎！你估到我哋唔係食神啦！睇下佢樣又幾迷茫嘅，係啊！咦？見到咩？係喎，唔見咗喎！哇！終於塞到嚟路口位啦！黑橋道上團，唔好阻我過馬路。可以。每支嘢唔係腳架嚟嘅。我哋冇阻住人過馬路啊！我哋都過緊馬路。過緊馬路㗎。係啦。我都幫你影。呢邊咧，我哋香港人好遵守秩序嘅。係啊。睇燈過馬路。冇錯啦！我哋一定係睇燈過馬路嘅。我哋唔做犯法嘢嘅。得啦，你搞掂先。介意講兩句啊你？我唔介意。等陣啊，我都影緊嘢喎。係 ，hello。睇翻咗啲字。講下今日點解你嚟嘅集會啊？其實嚟到英國之後，逢親有集會我都會嚟嘅，係啦。因為點解要嚟？我諗大家都好清楚。其實而家中國政府點樣打？唔要啊！咁唔好影佢樣嚟嘅咁，因為喺我側邊度講呢度。哦，咪喺我以前就得，好。咁就你都知道，大家都知道，其實你中國嘅政府而家不停打我哋香港人啦。而家佢仲要俾一個咁大嘅大使館係愛嚟做乜嘢咧？咁大家都心中有數，同埋我亦都成日呼籲。嗱，佢而家直情封埋呢一間啊！佢而家直情封埋呢間，唔俾我哋過馬路喎！而家搞錯啊！去過馬路啊！而家咧啲警察咧就係咁不停啲警車走埋嚟攔住條路，唔知做乜。我哋想過馬路啫喎。係咯，綠燈又唔俾人過馬路。咁叫咁多警車嚟，都俾人過馬路。橋一笨。佢唔使封緊拎呢條橋得咯，呢條拎得起㗎嘛。我見過一支咋拎起。有時間表㗎，睇㗎。係啊。好啦。嚟過馬路，過馬路。咁而家咧，我哋就過馬路，好遵守秩序咁過馬路。係啦，綠燈過得。燈覺得 都係綠燈都過得，係馬路就過，不停過馬路，不停過馬路。好啦，行到過嚟塔橋呢邊啦。邊度有日落影？我哋喺度慢慢等啦。哦 ，OK， 日落呢個位，哇，好長啊！呢度就係英國嘅地標 London Tower， 唔係 Tower Bridge 啦，塔橋。嗱，大家都好奉公守法咁咧過馬路嘅。Hello， 金魚，插翻電先，燒得好快啲。好啦，又可以，喂，綠燈喎，搞錯啊！好啦，我哋又過翻馬路啦。係咪綠燈？唔係綠，紅燈喎，紅燈唔好過啊！紅燈唔好過馬路啊！係紅燈，我哋等綠燈先好過啊！呢個係重點。好啦，戇鳩嘅嘢 set 個限制，set 喺嗰條街。其實你諗下係好撚撲街嘅，佢上次出邊係冇欄杆，佢而家係欄杆曬夾我哋入去。你知我頭先咧係本身喺欄杆出面影嘢，跟住佢都唔理我嘅開頭，跟住之後啦，我唔知你哋做乜撚嘢啦，無端端我喺嗰度行過級，你係咪唔係你係咪 protest 嘅？你係 protest 你入去，我嚇我影嘢喎，唔得，你都要入去。我一個人企度啫喎，我一個人企度都唔得。好啦，又過馬路啦，我哋。又過馬路啦。係啦。過馬路要小心。走吧。慢慢走，乜亂跑。係咯，佢架車都做。即係有啲飆翻晒，係咯，我哋中意過馬路㗎嘛。 喺度，唔知做乜鳩。咦？你哋仲唔過馬路？哎呀，想請飲咖啡都唔得添。知撚住我哋想請食飯添啦。擺晒車度，係咪封路啫？唔係啊，佢幫手衰人。你自己識用行車線。係啊，我啲佢咁打咧，到時候喺呢度，有整車位嘅話，全部壓晒呢度，出唔到裏邊。你哋真係好撚戇鳩，我哋好撚和平嘅，我哋唔會呢馬路嘅，喺國馬路。你都衝唔到啦，衝街㗎啦，而家你將你啲人出嚟一陣，佢死緊㗎，佢死緊㗎。鄭明健咪企咗喺嗰度咯頭先。哇！有先去咗嗰邊啊？係有嘅，嗰邊。係啦，嗱，鄭文傑你抽，我哋抽。喺嗰邊啫，嗰邊唔犧牲下，你啲人拉一定幾紅嘅。你犧牲一下，辛苦少少。我求還。你過嚟救我一陣。你有事喺一定好大鑊嘅。唔係，試下馬路中心撲街，棘自己激親自己。唉。我過去揾下鄭文傑叫佢先。嚇？又唔夠點？嚇？玩咩？嚇？冇玩喎！等先嚇大家。插緊電咯，做咩啊？咦？我啲差佬又走過嚟嘅。嗱，其實我哋睇到咧，啲差佬就其實，咦？唔係喎，佢封咗咯。唔係喎，有車嘅喎。嗱，你見到咧啲差佬咧，而家係湧晒去嗰邊，唔知做乜啦。擺晒車出馬路咁鳩嘅。好，綠燈過得。喂，搞錯啊！停咗喺度，點過啊？嗱，大家睇到啦，泊晒警車喺度啦，佢自己封路，唔關我哋事啊！入去示威區範圍，唔覺有喎。走咗啦。唔係因為而家個馬路啊嘛。係啊。可能佢唔敢亂嚟嘅。去完啦，係咪啊？
But especially now, in the weeks after it has been reported that several Hong Kong activists in this country have either received letters threatening them, or their neighbours have received letters asking their neighbours to hand them over to the Chinese embassy. And we want to give the Chinese Communist Party this mega embassy, this super spy base? No. experience something of those threatening letters and those intimidatory tactics. I've had anonymous letters at my home. My mother has received anonymous letters at her home telling her to tell her son to shut up. And as she told me, she gave up many years ago trying that. And the CCP certainly won't succeed in shutting me up. But if I've received letters as a British citizen, and I know other British friends have had similar experiences, how much worse is it for Hong Kongers who have family back in Hong Kong, whose families are being harassed and threatened, and who can never go back to Hong Kong while the CCP is still in power. So we must continue this fight. We cannot allow the CCP to occupy this building here. And I would suggest that our government, and indeed the Met Police, it would be a better use of their time if they devoted their resources and their time to fighting transnational repression, to protecting Hong Kongers, Tibetans, Uyghurs in this country. Are you trying to get across?
知佢幾多個人啦？
頭先係聽到有人嗌喎喺度。我再打個卡，我呢個再踢翻你。你係邊個台啊？四眼台。哦，四眼啦咁咪。頭先有個唔知有事嗰陣已經我英國睇佢，香港睇西西，一定識。
西西頭先喺度留言啊！喂，西西你有 fans 喺度？
西西唔係
想見你影下。
佢識我覺得西西我係邊個？
唔知佢有冇睇啊？不過佢頭先有留言嘅，再西西喺度，佢有留言嘅，不過唔知佢
一定知我係邊個。
咁就得啦。
喂，又答冇出嚟啊！
我俾人留言。笑好好㗎，10幾人睇啊咁樣，真係陰公啊！西西喺度，西西喺度嘅應據啊，西西。
喂，西西你唔係唔知我係邊個啊，大佬？
唔使諗，即刻答。美國喎，西西。佢應該有睇緊嘅，西西。
咪係咯，點解我睇啊？
乜有 delay 嘅？
哦，
有 delay 嘅，因為多數都 delay 起碼成5至12。其實佢係咪想封咗嚟？而家擺咁多警車，應該啊，早啊應該要封一撲街，頂到個肺，同我哋玩嘅嘢，我哋過馬路啫嘛。
導賞員唔關我哋事㗎，係咪先？人哋有旅遊㗎嘛。係咯，
我嚟參觀倫敦塔橋。
係咯，真係㗎喎，真係參觀喎。
我哋真係嚟睇㗎喎，大佬，明星嚟㗎嘛，西西唔知去邊啦，西西。西西你喺邊？隨輕輕叫喚你。
喂，西西做緊乜鬼嘢啊？睇四眼嗰度，因為
好卑鄙啊！直情叫佢。實太卑鄙啊！咁我而家香港幾點啊
？4加12點半。
12點幾？未瞓啊佢。
喺元朗食緊嘢。
咪係咯，隨打邊爐啊又。唉，我又行翻過對面馬路過馬路。唉，我過到過馬路啦。係我一陣我過馬路，我又過馬路。
唔俾你過到去對面，佢唔俾你過到對面，佢一過對面會兜過去。去到中間嗰段。係啦，去到中間就唔俾再過啦。
到啊，唔緊要㗎。唔係我哋好奉公守法嘅。係啦，冇錯。你叫我哋點做，我哋咪點做咯。唔俾過馬
馬路咁串，我哋又過馬路。
阿生咁啱嘅。
點啊？阿靚女咩？佢哋叫我哋行過馬路啊嘛，我哋要睇紅綠燈啊！呢邊唔俾過咧，我哋去嗰邊。唔緊要嘅，總之佢叫我哋去邊個，我哋咪去咯。咪係咯，我哋嚟參觀㗎嘛。而家咧，我哋又行翻，我又行翻過對面啦。係誒唔係啊！單線行車咩要？唔知啊！頭先嗰邊話唔俾行過去喎，又話。
唔係啊！而家佢哋集咗兩邊，一邊就過，一邊上一邊落。
唔緊要，我哋高大，佢猜到成乜撚嘢大。人哋由細到大食薯仔啊！食狗咁閪高大啊！仲有時阿成喺度派嘢。係啊。Wow, Chinese, wow. Okay, but not my business.
Thank you.
哦，喺嗰度寫咧，你集會嗰啲咧要行翻入去，我都唔係集會。
今次又咪多人？
Guys, you want to cross if you're going to? 小心一級。
點解唔向出邊咧
？unhappy 喎。
係咯。
你咩 unhappy 喎
佢自己而家戇鳩，自己等同封咗路冇份。
係啊，最戇鳩係咩啊？最戇鳩就係佢擺7架車喺度。跟住咧，其實你冇必要擺架車喺度㗎。頭先咪一路咁樣講咯。你本身冇車，呢行得好撚暢順嘅。佢咧12點開始擺啲車喺度，你咪行唔到咯。
頭先得3架，你而家8架喺度啊。
因為後邊嗰啲車上咗嚟，跟住車落地，跟住之後自己封嗰度。喂，多謝佢添啦，我
啦，戇鳩啊！呢啲真係。
我唔係想堵塞個交通，我想行路啫嘛。
黐撚線，黐撚線！我哋出嚟參觀搭橋啊！
係啊！
唉，佢又真係封晒我哋，真係。
明個個都想睇下
哇！
英國嘅風貌。
識寫英文嘅喎 ，Don't come back to Hong Kong, you shit four eyes。哇 ，thank you very much。
你幾時有 four eyes 啊？2隻眼再加屎眼嘅喎。
求其
啊 eyes 我覺得。
求其啦，畫鳩知佢啦。哇，識英文喎，好嘢！我唔識英文。
小心啲過馬路啊！
我好小心㗎。啊，有文化喎，識打英文喎。
呢度過得㗎嘛？呢邊係嘛？
睇嚟呢度係吸煙區喎，食支煙先。嚟我食支煙先啦，大家。支煙先。隻手有啲冰凍添。好，食支煙先。戇鳩，佢自己封撚咗條路。係啊，真係好撚戇鳩喎！佢頭先擺3架咪好地地咯，而家擺嚿7架、8架喺度。唔知自己做乜交佢哋？
所以下馬路係有用嘅。
我哋行馬路，我哋嚟參觀塔橋。係咯，咪係咯，黐鳩線嘅，濕濕地嘅你哋都。我哋睇翻裏邊嘅。咁啱啫。唔係啊，行啦，唔好企喺度啦，不如你做咩行啦？做咩行翻去？即係買件衫啊，應該。因為我啱冬眠完咯，我都係即係嗰下就係冬眠完。我冬眠完畢嘅啦，我而家開始經街啊，有陽光啊嘛，因為冇陽光啊嘛。如果係女人嚟嘅，凍嘅就超凍喎，借手咧？嗱，其實大家見到咧，對面咧係擺滿晒警車喺度嘅。嗰度啊，應該。喂，而家翻嚟喎。Guys, can we move down, please? Can we move down, please? 封埋呢度出街啊，大佬，馬路。唔係咯。冇啊。喂，西西翻，有啊，佢 message 緊我。喂，西西，留個言。係有條友嚟搞事咯。嗰時有單現場。喂，你唔認得我啊，西西？講嘢嚟㗎，係咯，怕醜啊！怕醜啊！真係忙緊啊！唔係佢忙緊啊，人哋忙緊喎。其實裏邊啲人都開始係啊，即係嗰度。頭先我行行我又見到呢個姐姐行又係跟住，頭先我把遮添。大家睇下英國警方係幾多戇鳩啊！佢已經咧封 咗呢度，見到呢度咧有警車擺咗喺度，封咗喺度。咁呢度咧架巴士就停咗喺度，喐唔到啊！有 post 話停低唔走就甩。暫時未有呢啲，我哋冇停低啊！我哋係照行嘅，我哋照行啊！我哋冇停低喺度嘅，全部都喺度過緊馬路。我而家又去過馬路啦，好啦，我又去過下馬路先。唔會塞死㗎，唔會塞死㗎。我哋行㗎嘛，我哋流動㗎，我哋流動㗎咋，我哋係咯，咁我要過對面就過馬路㗎啦，係咯。你睇坐裏邊個差佬幾無奈個人。Penny Walk 5號去晒綠豆直播，係有就算綠豆有冇開直播都唔會嚟我度㗎啦。嚇封咗？
Anyone leaving the area, you've got to head up that way, okay? This way for us, that way. Up that way.
哦，求其啦，的圍啦，的圍又好，this way又好啦，過馬路。
Right, the road's open! Just wait a minute.
唔係陣間綠燈嗰時嗌多人過嚟救人啊嘛，可以。
做緊嘢㗎啦，有好多警察喺度。我哋睇下其他地方有冇人需要救援。
哦，係應該好多人暈低㗎會。
係啦。
隱形戰車都出埋。
啱啱有服幫我
有咩？
Yeah, we know, but we're not asking you for consultation to ask them. That's what we got taught in
As first aiders, can you move her to the pavement so we can treat her better?
We try to.
Thank you. Keep space, please.
Move space.
No.
Stand.
Don't force her. Don't force her.
Where are you trying to go? She don't want a male policeman.
Okay, fine.
You're now blocking the way. If you go in, you need to go clear out this way. If you stay here,
No, she's
you need to go this way.
Can you turn around this way? No, can you turn? Yes, turn your legs right.
That's a line road.
Desiree! Yes, just you.
Guys, let's start moving, please.
She's asked for females.
Yeah, you
I need to turn around. There's no space. There's no space, alright. Just park here.
咁好啦，我過去啦，變翻啲空位你啦。
No, it's right line. 紅燈啊，唔過得啊！你小學有冇上交通安全㗎？
呢個唔係放架車嘅咩？紅燈。
係啊，啱啱警察叔叔話紅燈唔過得啊。There we go.
And she sits here first.
Sit against the tree. No, don't touch me, okay? Don't touch me. 我而家 call 緊 ambulance 啱啊！係啊。Okay, are you good? Okay, let's go.
We are calling the
We called your ambulance already.
Excellent.
Will the traffic be? Sorry.
My number is 0739436。
呢邊咧地方就冇難人過馬路嘅，就多咗好多手足喺度玩過馬路嘅人員嚟㗎。
When the lights change.
嗱，而家警方咧就係話咧，我哋過咗馬路咧係只可以向右行嘅，向呢一邊行嘅，呢一邊。但係咧，其實呢邊咧有好多人嘅，咁行咗過去咧，又唔知可以行去邊啊！而家咧又要等綠燈啦，過咗馬路咧。係啦，過咗馬路咧，佢又話只要向右行喎。咁啊，仲未綠燈。
仲未綠燈，我哋好守規矩㗎，綠燈先過㗎。
係啊，香港人好奉公守法嘅。
係啊。
Right, if you're crossing, cross and go this way, okay? You need to cross and go this way.
過馬路，過馬路，過馬路，慢慢走，乜亂跑。馬路如虎口，交通規則要遵守。
咁快嘅2秒鐘，我都未踏出嚟。
又轉燈啦！咁差嘅你啲木交通燈。咪係咯，又有排過唔到對面啦。啲燈轉得咁快嘅，點過啊？繁忙嘅倫敦。咁咪係咯，屌嗱聲真係。
你中嗰邊呢個十字我可以做大西。
唔係，即係真係嘅，裏邊當係關愛區啦。
咁裏邊要有人。
係啦，咁我哋係我哋出嚟講下咯，
比較活躍少少嘅。
唔係，我哋出嚟參觀 Tower Bridge。綠燈啦，綠燈。過馬路，咩過馬路啊？我想過馬路啊！我要過馬路。I need to cross the road. I need to cross the road. 唔俾人過馬路啊！ 俾人過馬路啊！我要過馬路。我要過馬路。嗰邊馬路可以行喎，嗰邊個馬路可以行喎。之後再去。啊！又去下邊嗰條馬路，睇下佢點。後面揾馬路行啦喂！哦，可以行嗰邊喎。哦，有人揾邊啊？哦，好啊，誒，行嗰邊過馬路。呢邊啊唔俾過馬路啦，呢邊呢度唔俾過馬路，咁啊逼我哋去 Tower Bridge。嚇？唔俾人過馬路，搞錯啊！咁我點過對面啊？俾過啊！ 你睇到佢哋啊，全部企晒喺度嘅啲差佬。嗰邊又唔俾過馬路，呢邊又唔俾過馬路，都唔中意邊過馬路。我想翻過去又唔俾。誒，又覺得翻馬路咯喎呢度。喺紅燈唔過得，紅燈啊紅燈啊紅燈啊！
係啦，我哋紅燈都照慢慢，
係啦，
過咗一半嘅就照過埋佢。
點解冇嗌口號？哦，做乜嗌口號？我哋過馬路啫嘛，唔使嗌口號㗎，過馬路。嗌口號咧，我哋會翻入去示威區嘅。咁因為我哋而家遊覽緊成個倫敦，咁所以我哋係過馬路。咁而家咧，你見到大家係紅燈啊，所以唔過得馬路嘅。
That's it, we're moving all the way down.
又翻過嚟嘅。
Yeah, pairs, guys, in pairs. Perfect. Just move up a bit onto this. Thank you.
點啊？放都得㗎？屌，又轉燈。 邊啊嘛，嗰邊啊嘛，係咯，我邊邊？哦，嗰邊 ，OK， 嗰邊。頭先有位市民想過馬路啦，跟住咧呢位警察先生咧擁佢翻入去，咁啊擁跌咗佢嘅。
Yes, we should have magnet 10 and magnet 70, do you know? If we've got one covering the main protest area, if the other one is available, they could come to Tower Hill by the junction with Shorter Street. We might have some use of them for a while. Ron 10 log is received magnet 70, magnet 70, do you know? Magnet 70 currently committed or available for deployment.
而家唔俾人過馬路佢哋。
Received from Ron 10 login if you can make your way to Tower Hill Junction, Shorter Street, and sort of go around that area there. It'll be obvious when they get to it.
而家倫敦唔俾人過馬路啊！幾時先過到馬路啊？哦，嗰邊喎，哦，嗰邊咯，哦，嗰邊喎，嗰邊咯。
You need to move. You can't cross here.
行嗰邊又唔得，過馬路又唔得，咁即係點啊？我要返屋企啊！黐線啊！又唔俾人過馬路，又唔俾人向前行。
listen to me. You need to step back on top. So walk round that way. Go the long way. Okay, then you go right here. Then.
哦，嗰度有一個，嗰度有一個喎，嗰度係咯，嗰邊有一個，嗰邊有一個，嗰邊個，嗰邊個，嗰邊個，嗰邊有一個，嗰邊個，嗰邊個，唉，呢邊有一個。哦，呢邊過到馬路呢邊。唉，終於過到馬路啦！唉，睇車睇車睇車睇車。誒？屌，佢過嚟啦！有人過就有人過㗎啦。嗰邊㗎嘛。
Guys, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. There's another crossing in 10 meters. It's literally there. So unless you need to take the bus, keep moving.
我等巴士而家。喂，過馬路喎！過馬路。過到馬路啊！過到馬路啦！過到對面線啦！黐線㗎，唔撚俾人過馬路癲㗎！過到馬路啦！又出啲窿嚟，又揾架救護車嚟啊！過得馬路啦，唉！咁你過馬路咯喎！咁你過馬路啦！過馬路！覺得。哎呀，覺得。係啊，又覺得啦。綠燈就覺得㗎啦。鬼佬行啦。即係過咗架都攞，一定過爆。我哋知啊。終於過翻嚟。呢邊。邊去啊？